Hi everyone, I'm here this morning with Lyle English from Moira Baptist Church, and we're in his lovely church here this morning. Lyle is a member and a deacon of this church, and Lyle is well known among his church friends and further afield of all the fundraising that he has done for various charities in the past and fundraising initiatives that he's been involved in. But earlier this year, Lyle took on the challenge of walking 76 miles for an organisation called Revival Movement Association. Revival Movement Association print and ship gospel literature all across the world, free of charge to many different individuals. So thanks for doing this interview, Lyle.
Pleasure, David.
How did you first hear, Lyle, about Revival Movement, and what inspired you to take on the challenge to support RMA?
A number of our church members have been connected or involved with RMA over the years, even before I became really aware of it. And then Tim Allen, one Sunday morning, Tim is a member here and works for RMA, did a children's talk. He built his Bible story around that for the children using what RMA does. And that really sort of, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then Tim arranged for me to have a tour of the factory, and I was just bowled over by the size of the place. I didn't expect that. The equipment, the volume, I just couldn't believe what was happening, and to think that what is printed here in Northern Ireland is going all over the world. And the more I sort of spent time in finding out, the more and more I got to sense the reach that RMA has way beyond the borders of Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And now just one example, just, you know, not so long ago there was a 40-foot container going to Nigeria. That whole thing cost £50,000, I think.
Yeah.
To think that container was going halfway across the world to help people in Nigeria spread the word of God, and that being made available free of charge, and that I just found that amazing.
Powerful. Yeah, I got a chance to do a few walks with you, Lyle, and we got to know each other a bit better by doing the walks. But one thing was quite good about it, the season of weather that you had when you were doing the walks. It was always quite good.
I was very fortunate. I didn't have any wet weather on any of the walks.
When you were setting out to do the 76 miles, what would have been your biggest kind of challenge in your head?
It wasn't really a challenge. I just had to plan, have a look at my diary and see what days I was available and what not, and then just work away at it, 2, 3, 4 miles maybe, and then making sure I wasn't slipping back. I think the longest walk I did was 7 miles along the towpath. And I think just thinking of that, a big part was to keep people posted, the people who I was reaching out to for support, telling them about my walk progress, but also feeding them stories like the Nigerian container. Just keep feeding those stories to help people more. So my objective wasn't just to raise funds for them, but also to create a bigger awareness, perhaps, of what RMA does and the extent of what they do.
And would you say, was there anything particularly you enjoyed about doing the walks, or anything that you found that even helped you? Or
apart from the physical benefit, getting out in the fresh air, and that I find in all the walks, even just walking around the Logan Park, I just find that opportunity to be on my own, to think, to plan, to reflect, to pray, and I guess as our text says, just to be still in those 40 minutes or whatever it is, and I find that even more of a benefit than the physical, just time to yourself.
Yeah, cool. Did you have a particular amount you wanted to raise, or if you did, how did that finish up for you?
Yeah, I'm always very sensitive in terms of setting a target, because I do 2 fundraising activities a year and have done that over the last couple of years. And I'm very conscious of I'm reaching out to the same people to support me. So I want to get as much as I can, but without, you know, so I started with 2,000, set a target for 2,000.
Okay.
And the way I saw the money coming in, maybe I was cheeky and moved it up. It's just amazing how people respond to an appeal like that. And, you know, from someone who donated £5 a mite. You know, and I know coming from that particular person, that was a lot of money. Through to, there were 59 people actually contributed to that, and different amounts, many anonymous gifts. And then I had 2 anonymous supporters who committed to matching what I had raised. And that obviously boosted the income amazing. So I finished up on about 9,600.
Oh, that's powerful.
And also want us to remember the gift aid that comes with that.
Oh, so gift aid goes on top of that.
That's just amazing how people who have a passion for that just so freely gave.
Would you say the fundraising and like fundraising initiatives could even be a ministry in itself in helping mission organisations like the likes of RMA? So like is fundraising a type of ministry that, could you call it that? Or what's your views on that?
I think so, and a couple of things there. As an example, our Sunday school here in BC, each year they take on a project. Different mission organisations, etc., and got little money boxes for the kids to take home. And I think that arranged, I can't remember exactly the amount, but that was it £6,000 from that?
Excellent.
So those, and that's something they do every year. But I think also on an individual basis, the conference centre in Victorin, they call it the T3 conference centre. And I like that because the 3 T's is your time, your talent, and your tithe. Okay. And I believe that each of us have the opportunity, responsibility to see how they can give something back, be it time, be it their talent, or be it their tithe. There's a church which, you know, we do from time to time, or individuals can get involved as well. We have a team that goes to Madagascar to support a hospital there. And there's a team, there's 2 or 3 guys from here who join the team, and they go with their talent. They're electricians, they are bricklayers or whatever, and they go, they take equipment, they take supplies, and that's the way they contribute, you know. So you can do it in different ways.
Well, no, that's very interesting, Lyle. No, so I just really want to say thank you. I'm an employee as RMA, as you know, and I just want to say thank you for doing the walks. It will not only make a difference, but it will have eternal impact. And I think that's what's really special about it, because it has the possibility to change people's lives with the power of the gospel being spread across the world. So no, just thank you, Lyle, on behalf of everyone in the work, and we wish you well, and God bless.
Pleasure, my pleasure indeed.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, David, thanks.